This team of AI agents can basically act as your own personal assistant. We have the CRM agent, the calendar agent, the email agent, all being coordinated by the meta agent. So let's test this out. Let's say I go in here and I say, send Zach an email for dinner tomorrow at 5 p.m. It's going to go in, it's going to go here, find who this person is, and then it's going to go to the email agent, and it's going to send that email out to Zach. And then it's going to invite him to the event as well. So we can see it's coordinating all these different agents. I sent an email to Zachary Salazar to confirm if dinner tomorrow at 5 p.m. works for him. Additionally, a calendar event for dinner has been created with the same time. You can view the events here. And so we can see, boom, dinner tomorrow at 5 p.m. The time zone, I think it's a time zone thing, is why it was 1 hour delayed. And then we can see, if we go to the email here, we can see dinner plan confirmation. Hi, Zachary. I hope this message finds you well. So wondering if dinner tomorrow at 5 p.m. works for you. Looking forward to your reply, Ethan. And so we can see that this agent is basically just coordinating. It's sending emails, it's creating calendar events, and it's using a CRM. And so if I go here to the contacts, this is actually, I just put them in a Google Sheet, but you could connect this to ClickUp, Airtable, whatever you want. And I put my emails here so we can see how this works. So it basically found this contact in the database, found their email. You could put any other information as well. So in this video, I actually want to build out this agent with you guys, and from start to finish. So let's dive right into it. So essentially, what we're going to want to do first is, if you want to just, let me save this, go here, you're going to create a new workflow. And if you want to actually just, install this into your scenario, you can just click import from file, and then you can go over to the school in the description. You can go over to classroom, AI agent templates, and down here to these files. You just download these files. Boom, calendar agent, meta agent, they're all right here. Then you basically just go in here and you click import from file, and let's say we want the meta agent. It's going to go like that. Boom, you have the scenario. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to build this out from scratch. So let's dive right into this right here. So the first thing we're going to want to do is create a Telegram module. You're going to say on message, and then for on message, we're going to actually create a new bot. So we're going to actually go to create new credential here, and it's asking for this access token. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to something called bot fathers. You can just type this into Telegram and it will come up. You'll click start, and then you'll click / new bot. This just allows us to have like our own place in Telegram where we can chat with this agent. We're going to call this the meta _ agent. And meta agent is the username. Oh, it must end in bot. So we're going to say meta agent bot. Okay, it's already taken. The meta agent bot. Boom, there we go. And it will give us this access token right here. We're going to copy that access token into this access token area inside of N8N. I'm going to call this like message trigger. Boom. And we're going to click save. And now we're going to make sure that we are, and so it says on message trigger. I guess I actually named, this was the bot, not the, I'll call this the meta agent bot. Okay. We're going to choose that bot, make sure that's chosen in our credentials. Now we can actually test the step out. So if you test this step, what you can do is you can go to this link right here, t.me / the meta agent bot, click start. And then what you can do is, I guess it already kind of sent a message, but if you test step, you can say like hello, and you'll be able to see that this message got brought into our scenario now. So now that's the trigger. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we can actually set up the audio recording functionality. But for V1 of this, I just want to set up just our agents first, and we can set that up later. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're actually just going to go over here to Advanced AI. We're going to go to AI Agent, and this is going to be the core functionality of our agent. We're going to add a chat model, go to OpenAI chat model. You can do GPT-4 Mini, GPT-4, whatever you want. And in order to, for this to work, you need to add credentials. And so what you can do is you can actually go in here, you go to openai.com/API, and you can find an API key and add it in here. And that's how you connect your scenario to OpenAI. Now, the next thing we're going to do is add a memory. We can just do window buffer memory. That way, this is, we could set up a vector database, but we don't really need to yet, just because this isn't that complex of an agent. So we're just going to have window buffer memory in here. And then inside of the tools, this is where we'll add the different agents. And so we actually need to go and build out these other agents first, because then we'll call N8N workflow, and then we'll actually call these agents in here. And so then the output we're going to add as another Telegram module. So we're going to do Telegram here, and we're basically going to say the output is send a message, send a text message. And the chat ID, if we execute the previous nodes, let's make sure that let's run this. All right. So I'm just going to remove this connection for now. I'm going to test workflow. Let's say, oh, it's because of this tool here. We're going to test workflow. Boom. I'm going to say hello. We just want to get this chat ID variable into our scenario. Enter error in subnode. Okay. No session ID found. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create the Telegram. Send a text message. And the chat ID is going to be the chat ID. And so it looks like because we need to run this agent first, what we're actually going to do is make sure that this agent can run properly, and then we will set up these connections. So the next thing we're going to do is actually build out our agents. So I'm going to click save here. I'm going to call this meta agent 2 because I already have one in this scenario, but we're going to go back here. I'm going to create a new workflow and call it email agent. We're going to call this one email agents, and then so now inside of this email agent, we're going to, the trigger of this is going to be when called by another workflow. So essentially that we can essentially trigger this workflow from the agent. And then we're going to add the agent functionality in here again. And what we're going to do is we're going to set this to tools agent. We're going to take the, define the expression below because we want to basically define what we want this agent to do. We're going to give it a chat model. This chat model is just going to be OpenAI again. We can do GPT-4 Mini. And then boom, and then we're going to add memory in. I actually don't know if we need memory for this one because it's just taking a specific action. Let's just add tools in. So the next tools, we're going to go to this Gmail tool. And if you go up here, you can go over here to create new credential, go to OAuth 2, and then you can basically just sign into Google. You used to have to do this complex service account, private key, client ID thing, but now you can just sign into Google. So go to OAuth 2 and go to sign in with Google, and then that will connect your Google account. And so now I'm just going to choose my Google account right here. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to add all the different actions or all the different capabilities that we want this agent to have. So it's going to be like send message, create draft, reply to message, etc. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to set automatically. We're going to the operation. This is where we will have the different operations. So the first one is going to be send. And so the two in this expression column, we're going to do this double brackets, and we're going to choose this from AI method, and then it's going to be to, and then we're going to say to email. So basically what this means is that when this workflow gets information from the meta agent, it's basically going to just automatically use AI to parse that out and to figure out what is the email that it wants to send, or who is the email that it wants to send it to. And then next one, same for the subject, we're going to do this from AI, email subject, and then we're going to do email type, HTML, and then the message is going to be from AI, and we're going to do two of these little single quotes, and then it's going to be email message, and then let's see if we want anything else. Send replies to sender name. No, I think that's good. So now we have the send functionality, and now we're basically just going to duplicate this, and we're going to run this for a bunch of different functionalities. So we'll just call this one, send message, send email, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to connect this, and basically what I'm going to do is just rename this. So I'm going to go here, and then we're going to create a different one. So the next one we're going to do is get many. We're going to get it up to 50, and then we're going to call this get many. So get many up to 50, boom. And so there's not really much else we need to do here. It's basically just saying it's allowing it to go and search your email, and then you get the emails that it wants to search for. We're going to, if you press shift and then you drag, you can actually just, select it and then hit Command D to copy. So I'm going to copy that a couple times, get many. And so these will all be different tools. So I don't think we'll need more than that. All right, so the next one, so we have send email, get many. We're going to have delete email. And so on this, we change this to delete. And then the message ID is going to be the same thing, from AI. And then we're going to say message ID, and then we're going to rename that actually to delete. So we give it the send email, get many, delete, and then the next one is going to be, let's see what else we got here. Mark as read, mark as unread, reply. Yeah, let's do reply. The message ID to reply to is from AI message ID. And then inside of the email message, we're going to do expression from AI. And then we're going to call this message. And then boom, we'll call this reply to email. And I think we might need to add an extra one here. So we have sender name, reply to sender one. I don't think that's it. Maybe it's for the calendar is what I'm thinking. All right, so reply. I don't know if there's any other. Let me check. Reply, add label. So you can basically have any of these different functions that you want. I don't think we really need to add any others. You could add like create label, mark as read, mark as unread. But I don't think we really need that for now. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back up to this agent, and we're going to define the prompt. And it's saying you are an email agent. Your objective is to manage the email inbox, and then we're going to give it some guidelines, or we're tell it what it can do. You have the following. I'm going to make this a little larger. You have the following capabilities. We're going to say 1, send email, 2, reply to email, 3, delete an email, 4, get many emails, and there we go. And so that's going to be kind of the core functionalities that we're going to give this email agent. Then we're going to say, we're going to sign it off with make sure that you write all emails in HTML and sign off as best Ethan. And then we're also going to give it the current date time. And so we're going to say the current date and time is, and we're going to change this to expression here. And then at the end, we're going to say, we're going to add these brackets and choose now. So some of you guys have asked me about this in the past. You have to add this now variable into the prompt, which tells the agent exactly what the date and time is. And so now this is running, and we're basically going to create like a success and a different flow. So we're just going to say edit fields. We're going to say JSON or manual mapping, add field. And so we're going to say success response value is going to be we need to execute the previous nodes. So I think we have to, okay, there we go. Output, we'll put the JSON output as the response, and that's if it's successful. And so we'll call this success, and then we'll call the second one. Now we'll go into the agent, we'll go to settings here, on error, continue, or pass item to error output. And we'll see this error pop up, and then we'll do the same thing. Data transformation, edit fields, we'll call this error. And then in the manual mapping, we'll say that the response is this agent ended. We've received an error. Actually, no, let's just use third person. An error has occurred when running this email agent. So boom, rename, boom. All right, so that is our email agent. And so that's the core of the email agent. Whenever we run this, it will take one of these actions, and then it will be success or error. So now what we're going to do, we can actually go back to the meta agent here, meta agent 2, and I guess I should call that email agent 2. Email agent 2, just so I don't get it confused. All right, email agent 2. There we go. So now we're going to go back to the meta agent, and now what we're going to do is, this is how we actually connect the different agents together. That's actually the original one. Okay, so inside of the tools, we're going to give it a tool. We're going to call a workflow, and we're going to give it the email underscore agent. Call this tool when you would like to take any form of email, take an email action, i.e. send an email, delete email, get email, etc. And then from the workflow, we're going to choose this here, and we're going to go and get the agent's email agent too. And then boom, save this. So now let's actually rename this and call this the email agent. So this is the email agent that we have, and so maybe we can test this out and see if this actually works now. Let's test the workflow. Outstanding issues. So let me just go here, test step, what is the outstanding issue? So I test step, hello. Okay, so that's going to be, let's get the JSON of this. So we have the chat text, and we want the chat ID in here. So now let's go to the Telegram, send a message, chat ID, again, is going to be the chat ID. Let's just see if we can use the AI for this one. I guess because it's not, okay. And so basically what I want to do is get this variable here, and put it as the chat ID. So chat ID, boom. That's the chat ID that we want. Okay. So now that that's up and working, essentially what we're going to do is, we'll add this chat ID in a second, but we want to make sure that the other agents are built. So you have the email agent, we have the calendar agent, or we don't have the calendar agent yet. So let's do workflow, calendar agent 2, and then, so the next thing we're going to do is build out this calendar agent. So we're going to go here when called by another workflow. Then when called, we're going to trigger the agent. So the agent, we're going to make it a tools agent. We're going to define below. We're going to say you are a calendar agent. Your objective, or let's just say you have the following capabilities. One, create an event, delete an event, add users to an event, get events on calendar. We're going to say the current date and time is expression now, and then we're going to say, I think that's going to be it. So there's the agent. We're going to give it a chat model again, OpenAI, demo, GPT-4o, doesn't really matter. Then we're going to give it calendar tool. So we're going to go to the Google Calendar tool. And so for this event, we're going to do create event. And so the same thing up here, you're going to need to go to your credentials and just go create new credential, sign into Google. I sign into a just random account that I never use. And so we're going to go here, create event. And so from calendar, just choose your core calendar. The start time is going to be, you're going to choose expression from AI. We're going to say start time. And then I'll just copy this expression and then change this to end time. And then this is where we'll add some other fields. So we'll add additional fields. So we're going to say summary is expression from AI summary, and then we'll say description is, so for some reason I think the summary is actually just the title. For some reason they don't put title in here. It's title of the event. So this summary, we can actually just say like title, we can just call this title, and then we can call this description. And then we can actually, so this is just going to be create an event. And then I want to do another one, which is create event with users. So we're going to go up here, call this create event, boom. And now if I just duplicate this, duplicate, these are the different action steps that we're going to connect. So we're going to connect this, and this is going to be create, and invite. And for this one, it's going to be start time, end time, but this time we're actually going to add guest in here. So we're going to say attendees expression. I'm going to do from AI attendee email. I believe that is the attendees. Okay, add attendee. So we'll do attendee email in here. I'm just going to do one for now. And then we can see if we need to do anything else. I think that'll be it. Create an invite. For this one, we're going to do like get events. So we're going to give it we're going to call this get events. And we're going to change this to get many, up to 50, boom. For this one, we're going to do delete events. So this is delete events. We're going to change this to delete, and the event ID is going to be from AI event ID. For the last one, I think there's one more to do here. Get delete update, so update event, boom. We're going to call this, we're going to get the event ID, we're going to call this event ID from AI event ID. And I don't know if we need anything else in here. Yeah, actually, I think we do. I think we'll need, like, if we want to update the start time, if we want to update the end time, if we want to update the attendees. And so this is going to be expression add attendee. So this is attendee, and then this is expression end time, and this is expression start time. So expression start time, expression end time, and then maybe we'll add in, maybe you want to update the title. So we're going to add from AI. Is this the title one, or is this the actual description? Yeah, that's just the description. Say we want to update the title, change summary, expression, title. So now these are the different fields that it can update. Boom. So now we have event ID, description, end, start, summary. And now the output is going to be like we did before, data transformation, edit fields. We're going to say on success, response is the output. So I think it's, what is it? Expression JSON.output. Is that it? Yeah. From the previous flow. Let's just execute these nodes. Yeah, there it is. All right, so we executed it. We're just gonna drop this in here. That's on success. So let me just call this success. And then on this one, we're going to say settings on error, continue using error output. We're going to basically just duplicate this. Oops. Duplicate this. This is going to be that. This is going to be on error. We're going to say this was an error. So this is called error. And then on error response agent, an error occurred. Okay. So now that's the calendar agent, and now what's the last agent? The CRM agent. So let's go back to agents here. Let's go back to meta agent, and let's actually test this out. So now let's add a workflow. Call N8N workflow. We're gonna call this calendar agent. Rename it calendar agent. We'll just say something like, call this tool for any calendar related actions from workflow calendar agent. Boom. So now there's the calendar agent, the email agent, and then for this one, we're actually just going to define this below. So rather than using, take from previous node, we're going to say define. Say you are the personal assistant meta agent. Your job is to trigger one of the other agents below. Calendar agent, email agent. We'll add in CRM agent in a second. Trigger the requisite agent for either calendar related or email related actions. Now let's see what happens if we test this out. Just say something like hello. It's gonna trigger this. And then if we go over here to the send message, what we can do is we can take this Telegram trigger. We can take the chat ID from here, add it in, and then we can take the output of the last module, AI agent output, and put it right there. And so now if we test this out, again, hello, it should actually come back and respond with something. I'm ready to assist you. Now if we click test workflow again, what if we say something like, send an email to this email saying hi. All right, so let's see if it's able to trigger the email agent. Please send an email to the following email. Asking okay, let's see what happens now. We're gonna test this out. So it looks like it actually didn't trigger it. So it probably has to do something with the prompt here. So we'll say is okay. So you are the personal assistant. Your job is to trigger one of the agents below: calendar agent, email. So let's beef up this prompt a little bit. You are the personal assistant meta agent. We'll just say that your job is to send the user's query, to send the Telegram query to the correct tool. You should never be taking actions directly, like writing emails or setting up calls. You just need to call the correct tool. And then we're gonna say, here are the list of tools. We're gonna format this a little better. There's the calendar agent, email agent. We're gonna actually give this some context. So calendar agent, use this tool to take actions in the calendar. Use this tool to take email related actions. And we'll just give it CRM agent, email agent, calendar agent. Use this tool to look up contacts and find their emails and related information. And then we're gonna give it some rules actually. I'm gonna give it some guidelines here, and we're basically going to say some of the actions you will need to take require that you look up information in the CRM first. These you must get contact information for the following tasks. We're going to call it for the sending emails, creating events with attendees, and boom, trigger the requisite agent. And then we're going to say examples. We're going to give it an input, and we're going to say input, send an email to Ethan Nelson asking him what time he wants to make dinner plans for. Action, use contact or CRM agent to get the contact for Ethan Nelson's email. Action, I'm going to say use email agent to send the email. You will pass the tool a query like send email to Ethan Nelson, and we'll say something like Ethan Nelson, here is Ethan's email address. And we're going to say something like the output, the email has been sent to Ethan Nelson. Is there anything else I can help you with? And then that's that. We'll say the current date and time is as follows. And we'll do the now function. So this should be enough now to call these agents. So let's test this out one more time. Send an email to nelson.w.ethan@gmail.com saying what's up. So now it's going here. So it looks like it's not properly doing this. So it's really interesting. So we're going tools, define below. And then basically we want it to pass information to one of these agents. And so we'll say call this tool when you would like to take and call this tool for email actions. Call this tool for calendar actions. Boom. We're going to give it window buffer memory. The key is chat ID. Context window length is 5. Maybe let's do a more powerful model. N8N mini. Test workflow. Okay, it looks like it doesn't support system. GPT-4o mini. So we're going to test this out. The same action step here. So boom. Looks like it tried to send the. Okay, so I've identified where we went wrong here. So we actually put the entire prompt in the text column, but we actually want this to be in the system message. So I'm gonna copy and cut this, paste it into the system message, and then inside of this, if we test this step, execute previous nodes, we actually want to put the Telegram information into this text column here. So if we give it something like hello, so it wasn't actually able to access our chat, the agent wasn't. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna add the text in, boom. And then now if we test this workflow, we give it something like this, it should be able to access our agents more effectively. So boom, unsure why this is giving me the infinite scroll. I'm gonna say something like this. Now it's going, it's calling the email agent. Boom, sending emails. It must have a backlog or something. It's sending all these emails that it tried to before. Boom, 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 boom. Now if I go to my email, I'm probably getting bombarded. If I go here, I'm getting a bunch of emails to max iterations. So we'll see, why did this happen? We got 10 triggers. So it looks like maybe it wasn't properly sending it. Call this tool for email actions. Let's see what the input was. Send email to the message, what's up, no subject. So we'll go back into the email agent and see, or let's try running this one more time. See if it was just because there was a backlog of like 10 iterations, or if it's just something in the email agent that we need to go and iron out. Yeah, it looks like maybe it's something in the email agent. Just doing this like iteration thing. Stop workflow. So now we're gonna do, so now we do know that it's being called correctly. We're gonna go back to the email agent here, email agent 2. We're gonna go here, let's check one of the executions and see. So this is how you'll debug if you want. So we can see this execution. If I click on this, it should show me the actual execution in the scenario. So it looks like maybe success error. Boom. The agent giving it access to the following information. Send email to subject, set automatically. So let's iron this out a little. So the reason it was running 10 times was basically we want to go into the email agent what you want to make sure is that the system message is the message we are typing. So we are typing it in the text. We want to make sure it's in system message, and then text is JSON.query. So this way it's getting the inputs as planned. So now what we're going to actually do is create a CRM agent. So we're going to create a new workflow. The trigger is going to be on when called by another workflow. We're going to create an agent. We're going to add define below. The text is going to be JSON.query. Let's do JSON.query. And so JSON.query, chat model, OpenAI, boom. And the tools, we're going to give this cool Google Sheets. So it's the same thing. Give it your credentials. We're going to allow it to get rows. And what we're actually going to do is just create a new Google Sheet here. We're going to call this contacts database or CRM. I'm going to call this CRM underscore meta agent just so that I know which one it is. And we're going to give it the name email. And then inside of name and email, we're going to say Ethan Nelson, email, and then I'm going to give it, I just like to just put a random name so we can check if it does that random name. So Zachary Salazar. I'm going to go back to the workflow. I'm going to click refresh list, and then I'm going to look for CRM meta agent. And then I'm going to choose the first sheet. And so it's going to be able to, this is going to be able to get the rows. Get rows. We can probably allow it to just update a row too. So if we go over here to just duplicate this actually. I'm going to go update rows. Create new contact. It's going to be, rather than get rows, we're going to say append or update row. Boom. We're going to give it this, and then inside of the columns, we're going to say name is from AI name. And then we're just going to copy this. We're going to put the expression of email as email. And so this will allow us to actually update it if we want. We're going to match on the email, or we're going to match on the name actually. And then we're going to choose update fields or edit fields. This is going to be if it's a success, and we're going to set the response to an expression. Execute previous nodes. It should just give us a response. No prompt specified. Well, let's specify that. So boom. We're gonna add a system message in here. We'll probably need this to execute to get the JSON, but I'm just gonna put JSON for now. And then we're gonna say you are a CRM agent. Your job is to send the users, or is to get and access contacts in our CRM database. And then we'll give it the following capabilities. We'll give it one is you can get records from the CRM. And this allows you to retrieve a person's name, email using their name or vice versa. And the second functionality is to update records in CRM. This allows you to update records in the CRM. And then 3 is create new record using the update records functionality. You will be able to create a new record in the Google Sheets CRM database. So that should be enough. Now let's do that. Let's test this workflow. Boom. And this should actually, let's go back to the agent. This should give us, looks like there's no fields. We can pull this from a different one. So response is output. If it's a success, if it's not a success, we're going to allow it to, actually no. We have to go into the agent on error, continue using output, and we'll call this error, and an error occurred. Rename, save scenario. Let's actually go back to the email agent, and inside of the email agent, let's just say we're getting this correctly, json.query. So for whatever reason it didn't like the last time I put json.query. I think I had to put the money sign for some reason. Alright, so if I go here, I think this is the CRM agent, right? My workflow, yeah. CRM agent, and we're gonna, so it wanted, that's where json.query. Okay, so we're gonna save that now. Now we're gonna add that to our meta agent. So here we're going to add call N8N workflow, call this CRM agent, CRM underscore agent. Call this tool whenever you need to retrieve information about a person, i.e. getting an email or name. And we're going to call the CRM agent. Boom. I think that's it. And then boom. That's the CRM agent. And then now let's save this, and now let's test this out. This should pretty much give us everything that we're looking for. So let's say send an email to invite Zachary Salazar to an event, a dinner party event tomorrow at 5 p.m. and send a follow-up email. I mistyped that, but let's see. It's getting the person in the CRM. It's using the calendar agent, and so it looks like potentially because I mistyped, it didn't use the email agent. But let's see what it said. I found the contact. Yes, use the same email. So it's actually pretty smart. It's saying, yeah, we already sent an invite to that email. And so if I say yes, use the same email, now it'll probably trigger the email agent. Calendar agent. Now let's go to our calendar. Oops. Let's go to our calendar. We can see dinner. Boom. We can see email. If it was sent. See what it said. Yes, create the event again. We can check the calendar agent and see if it has any errors, but as you can see, calendar agent. Okay, I see. And so the way that we fixed the email and the other agent, we need to do the same for the calendar agent. So if I go to something like the CRM agent, I'm gonna make sure I just pull this JSON query. Now if we go to the calendar agent, we're always learning here, guys. It's a constant process of improving here. All right, so we want the text to actually be this json.query. We want this to be in the system message. Boom. Save. Go back to the meta agent, and then go back to Telegram. Yes, create the event again, and I bet it will work this time. I think we already had an event, but it should create another one. Boom. Goes here. Dinner party has been successfully scheduled. what is the exact date you scheduled it for. Oh yeah. And so the way that this works is I'm clicking test workflow, but once you make this active, you won't have to click test workflow anymore. It's mostly for testing. So now I'm asking it what the exact date it's scheduled for, so it's going and retrieving that information. I'm trying to see, yeah, and so it looks like February 7th, 2025. And so let's see, oops. And so, what was the error? So we can basically just dialogue with it and figure out where it went right, where it went wrong. Probably the calendar event. It's probably in the prompt. And so a lot of this process is prompt engineering. Let's see what it said. Is now been successfully created. Boom. You can see dinner party with Zachary Salazar with a description here. And so pretty solid, pretty solid. And so this is in essence, the AI agent team that you can build inside of N8N. Again, if you want to just import this, you can go over to the community, go to the AI system templates, and you basically just download these and upload them directly into your scenarios, create your connections. You'll be rocking and rolling. Because this video is getting long, we could do the transcription aspect with the voice, but I'll say that for the next build. Given that we're already at like 40 minutes or something here. So that is in essence how you build an agent. So we have an agent team of email agents, calendar agents, CRM agents, etc., etc., etc. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed building out this system with me. This is the first of many different agents. So thank you so much for watching this video. In the future, we're going to build out agents for more in-depth CRM management, sales agents to handle, all sorts of different sales related actions, and so on and so forth. So